Okay, day 5. Let's get a move on. I'm coming down to the mat, onto my back, just taking your time. Hopefully your body is feeling like it's getting a nice good reset, a little rest, some eating good, some exercising good. And here we are. Let's just settle ourselves into the mat. I feel like I need to kind of wiggle around a little bit. Find that place where your knees can be bent, feet are flat on the mat, arms are pressed into the mat, your head is long. Let's just do a quick check. I'm closing my eyes. Wiggle your toes, really stretch them out and then reach them long on the mat. Put some pressure right from the get-go on your big toe, your little toe, and your heel. Put energy between your knees like you're hugging a pillow between your knees. So they're not together, there's a space there. But imagine you're hugging that pillow. I want you to inhale and exhale. Settle your rib cage into the mat, breathing into the back of your ribs and the sides of your ribs in that intercostal breath. Inhale and exhale as we just settle into this day of doing something good for our body here. And then let's move. Inhale and exhale. Rock your hips and peel and curl all the way up to the ceiling. Press your arms into the mat. Inhale and exhale. Articulate all the way down. Make a little note of how your body feels. Does it feel good, strong, maybe a little sore? Does it feel like it's been moving? Does it feel ready to take on the day? I hope so. I hope it feels good. Rocking those hips, peeling, curling all the way up to the top. Reach those knees all the way to the other side of the room and slowly coming all the way down. Uncurl completely at the bottom. We're just doing one more. Rock your hips, peel and curl all the way up, pressing those arms into the mat. Hold it here, a nice, beautiful, good inhale. And exhale, coming all the way down. Uncurl completely at the bottom. Interlace those hands behind your head. Inhale. On the exhale, don't move. Start settling your rib cage into the mat. And on the second part of your exhale, lift that chest all the way up. Inhale as you come back down. Hold it here. Start the exhale. And then follow that second half up with a lift. Inhale as you come back down. And start the exhale. And lift. And inhale, come back down and start that exhale and lift. Hold it right here. Reach around, grab the backs of your legs, curl your torso up a little higher. Hold it right there. Hands come up to the ceiling. Interlace your hands behind your head. Let your head be heavy in your hands, but don't bring it down. Stay right there. And from here, you're going to float that right leg up to tabletop. Inhale. On the exhale, float that left leg up to tabletop. If you do not want your head up, by all means, put it down. You don't need to wait for me if this does not work for you. Keep that head down as needed and tap that right toe down to the mat. Bring it right back up and left and right and left. Hinging from my hips, your knees are 90 degrees and my feet are pretty dang relaxed right now. So they are just going along for the ride. Keep those legs going and add a rotation to that opposite knee. You're gonna cross it over and cross and cross and cross. And I'm leading with my armpit. So those elbows are staying open. And I'm just wrapping right across my waist, right, using those obliques, which are the sides of your waist. Let's do 4 and 3 and 2 and last one. Pull everything back to center. Squeeze those knees together. You're going to press those legs out at a 45 and pull them right back in. Exhale as you reach those legs long and pull it right back in. And press it out and bring it in. And press it out and bring it in. This time you're going to press those legs out. Bring them up to the ceiling and bend into tabletop. Press them out. Bring them up to the ceiling and bend into tabletop. Press it out. Bring it up and bend. Let's switch directions. Bring them up to the ceiling, lower down, and bend it right into tabletop. And float them up straight, lower them down like a little mermaid. Bend your knees in. Last one, extend those legs up, lower down, and bend it all the way in. Head comes down to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest, and let's rock side to side. I have a knot in the back of my shirt, and it's probably not the most feng shui, I have to admit. Wardrobe malfunction going on here. We're gonna survive. From here, right foot comes right back down to the mat. Left foot comes down to the mat. They're hip width apart. Arms are down by your side. And from here, I want you to rock your hips, using those abs, peel and curl, all the way up to the top. Press those arms into the mat. Feel your chest and shoulders open up here. Reach your head long in one direction. Your knees are long in the other direction. Hips are going to stay nice and level. Don't let them drop or lower in any way, shape, or form right now. And I just want you to shift those hips over to the right. And then come through the center. And then over to the left. And come through the center. And again, I'm not letting them drop at all. So they're staying completely level, like they're just sliding side to side, because that's exactly what they're doing. Take it to the right and center, and to the left and center. Hold it in the center and come down 2 vertebrae. That's all I want. And then again, you're going to slide and come to the center and slide. And slide, and slide. Come back to the center, come down 2 vertebrae, and slide those hips to the right and to the left. And my knees are staying nice and still, so it's just my hips going, letting your spine get that movement side to side, getting all the blood flow to your spine. And come down 2, and shift, and shift. One side might feel tighter than the other. Just make note of that. It's your body. Try to figure out where those little imbalances are so we can work on them, stretch them out, strengthen them. Come down 2. You're getting a little bit lower now. And shift. And shift. And shift. And one more time to the left. Come to the center, last down, take it down 2, right to that very low part, and shift. And shift, really getting that lower back moving. And shift. Come back to the middle and articulate all the way down. Uncurl completely at the bottom. Legs are going to go flat on the mat. Hands come up to the ceiling. Palms face each other. Press those shoulders towards your hips. Back bottom rib is down on the mat. Inner thighs are squeezed nice and tight together. Inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. And exhale, rolls it all the way up. Belly button stays pulled back behind you. Inhale at the top, and exhale, take it right back and down. And inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts. Press into that lower back. Squeeze those legs together. Round it up. And take it right back. And inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts. Grab your legs if you need to. Let go when you can. And coming up nice and smooth. Rib cage is lifted up off your hip bones. Shoulders are out of your ears. Chest is open. And 2 more. Inhale. And exhale brings it up. And one last one. Inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts. And exhale brings it up. You know, I'm just going to switch it on you, so take it halfway back. From here, chest is still nice and open. Belly button's pulled tight to your spine. And from here, right arm comes over your head and lower it down. And left arm comes over your head and lower it down. And right and left. Let's do both arms. They come over your head, woohoo, and lower down. That changes the center of gravity and puts some work into your abs, doesn't it? Sheesh. And lift. One last one. You can do it. And hold. We're not quite done though. Right arm is going to open right out behind you. And then close that arm up. Left arm opens up and close it. And open, try to get fingertip to fingertip as far apart as you can, and bring it back to the center, and left, and bring it back, and slowly, carefully coming all the way back down to the mat. From here, bend those knees. Put your right ankle on your left knee. Float that left leg up to tabletop. Wrap your hand around that left thigh. Use your elbow and encourage that right knee open. Float over to the left. Keep your tailbone reaching long and away from you, and I'm aiming for a stretch right in that right hip. And it feels good. And then from here, let's add a little rotation of your ankles. Get them moving around. And switch directions with those ankles. And then hold. Float that left leg back down to the mat. Unwind your legs. Bring your left ankle on your right knee. Float that right leg up to tabletop. Hands wrap around your right thigh. Elbow pushes that left knee open. Float over to the right. Tailbone reaches down. We're not letting it curl up, and that'll really push that stretch deep into that left hip. We're going to stretch your hips and strengthen your hips today, because that is, quite frankly, one of my favorite things to do. Just because it's so beneficial for all that we do. And then ankle circle. Just because it feels good, has an added little layer of movement. And switch directions. And from here, float that right leg down to the mat. Left leg comes into tabletop. Right leg comes into tabletop. Head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Grab the backs of your legs. Arms and legs go in opposite directions. And reach it back in. And reach long and pull it back in. And reach and pull it in. And reach and pull it in. 2 more. 1 more time. Hold it here. Head comes down on the mat. Arms come out to the side in a little goalpost. Palms are facing up. Knees are squeezed together. Inhale, float those knees over to the right. And exhale, pull it back to center. And take it over to the left. And pull it back to center. And take it over to the right. And pull it back to center. And to the left. And pull it back to center. This time you're going to float it over to the right. Hold it right there. Straighten only your top leg, your top left leg. Knees are still glued very tight together. Get those inner thighs activated and working. Pull everything back to center and bend that left leg back into tabletop. Float your knees over to the left. Shoulders are quiet. Straighten that right leg. Squeeze those knees together. Pull it back to center and bend and take it over to the right. Straighten that top leg only. Squeeze those legs. Pull it back to center and bend and to the left. And straighten your top leg. Pull it back to center and bend. 1 more time each side. Take it to the right. Straighten your top leg. Pull it back to center and bend and take it to the left. Straighten that right leg. Pull it back to center and bend. From here, right leg goes out long on the mat. Left leg goes out long on the mat. Arms come up to the ceiling. Palms face each other. If you want a little more of a challenge, arms come up, reaching above your head. Arms are a little more even with your cheekbones. You do what works for you. Inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Exhale, rolls it all the way up. And then we're going to sit up nice and tall and make your way right onto your hands and knees. Hands are going to be underneath your shoulders. Knees are going to be settled right underneath your hips. And I want you to push away from the ground like it smells. The back of your head and neck is lifted to the ceiling. Belly buttons to your spine, spines to your belly button. Right leg is going to go out behind you. And left leg is going to go out behind you. And from here, do what works for your body. So So you can hold these plank positions, you can add the movement, and you or not. Please listen to your body. From here, we're doing 2 little push-ups. Take it down, 1 and 2. From here, toes are gonna rotate so that they're facing me. I'm on my left hand. That arm comes up to the ceiling. You're gonna float that arm over your head, lift your waist up, come back to a T, and come back down to that plank position. From here, 2 little push-ups. 1 and 2. Rotate so that your toes face away from me. That left hand comes up to the ceiling. Like you're getting poked in your waist. Lift it up, arm floats over your head. Come back to a T, come back to that plank. And take it, 2 little push-ups. 1 and 2. Float your toes facing me. Arm floats up, it goes over your head. Lift right through your waist, finding length on one side. And come back to a T and that plank. And one more time, 2 push-ups. 1 and 2. And float your toes away from me. And arm comes up over your head. Float it over your head. Lift your waist like I'm poking you in the waist. Lifting up, you're a little rainbow. Come back to a T and come down onto that plank. One knee comes down, the other knee comes down. Separate your knees so they're about the width of the mat. Toes are together, and sit back for just a little rest. Right here. And inhale. And a nice good exhale. And then you're going to slither all the way forward onto your belly. From here, I'm going to have you put your left cheek on the mat. Hands are going to be interlaced behind your back and then moved as far up your back as you can and let those elbows just fall. From here, you're going to let those legs hover ever so slightly. So just my thighs are touching, my knees are hovering, and the bottoms of my legs are hovering. You're going to kick yourself in the rear 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Straighten those legs out. Slide those hands down your back. Lift your chest. Look straight at the mat. Head's going in one direction. Open your chest and shoulders up. And then your right cheek is going to come down to the mat. Slide those hands up. Elbows fall. And kick yourself in the rear 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Extend. Extend those arms out. Head going long in one direction. Feet going in the other direction. Left cheek turns and goes onto the mat. Hands come up your back. And kick yourself. 1, 2, 3. Extend your legs. Extend those arms. Open your chest up. Head's reaching long. And right cheek comes down. Hands come up your back. And kick. 1, 2, 3. And extend. Extend. This feels good to me, so we're doing it one more time each side. Left cheek comes down. Hands come up. Kick yourself. 1, 2, 3. And extend those legs and your arms. And reach. And right cheek. Hands come up. And kick yourself. 1, 2, 3. And extend. Reach it nice and long. Hold it right here. Keep your legs hovering. Separate those hands. They're coming out to the side, reaching towards your feet. Palms are down. And then you're going to float them out to the side. You're going to float them above your head. Shoulders are pulled out of your ears. You're just flying like Superwoman or Superman that you are. Belly button's pulled up to your spine to protect your lower back. Take it back out to the side. Reach it down towards your feet and lower all the way down. Hands come right underneath your shoulders. Push yourself back up onto your hands and knees. Knees are going to come right underneath your hips. And let's do just a couple cat-cows. Tuck your tail, look into your belly button, and then uncurl and extend the other way. And tuck and look into your belly button. And extend. And tuck. And extend. And tuck. And extend. Come back to the middle, and I'm going to make my way right onto my left side. I'm on my left elbow. If you want to mirror me, I'm sorry, I feel like I don't have the capacity to go backwards with my rights and lefts today. So I'm on my left elbow. That's the moral of the story. It's gonna be right underneath your shoulder and you're lifting up long out of your waist. Bottom leg is bent and underneath you. Top hand is gonna be behind your head. And that right leg is gonna be long and it's gonna just float up so that it's about hip height. Flex that foot and you're gonna sweep it forward for a count of 2 and you're gonna point and reach it back for a count of 2. And bring it forward for a count of 2 and back for a count of 2 and forward and back. Now I'm swinging that leg and it is having a nice little pendulum. And if you're not careful, you might be woggling back and forth with your torso. I want you to be pulling your abs in, pull your ribs in, heads reaching long in one direction. So you're keeping your upper body as stable as you possibly can. This is going to be for strengthening your glutes and your hips, which is so muy importante. And let's do one more to the front, one more to the back. I'm going to sweep it all the way back to the front. Relax your foot. Keep that top hip crease pulled backwards, and you're going to drop and lift and lift and lift. My hip can already feel this. It's already feeling a little bit of burn. And lift and lift and lift. Whoo. 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold, point that leg. Reach it back behind you. Even rotate so that top hip comes ever so slightly forward. And then give me a lift and lift. And I'm gazing just right out past the corner of my mat. Once again, that rib cage is pulled in. Sometimes it wants to start hanging out the front right now. Don't let it. Pull it all the way in. And lift, 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 lift. 4, 3, 2, last one, hold. We should be done, but we're not. We're gonna do some circles. Circle it back and back. I just got a little tap of my toe on the wall. That's how far. Reach it back. Reach it back. Switch directions. Circle, circle, circle. And 2 more. Last one, and knees come down right on top of each other. Stack those legs. Place both hands to push yourself up. Don't do too much moving around. I just want you to pick that top hip up. For me, it's my right, and push it right over in the other direction. And breathe. Have a nice, good exhale here. Walk your hands in front of your knees. You can shoot those legs out in the opposite direction. This time I'm on my right elbow. My right leg is bent. My left leg is long. I'm gonna lift myself up right out of my waist so I don't have a long side and a short side. They're both fabulously long. Head is reaching in one direction, leg has energy in the other. Left hand is behind your head. Hover that left foot hip height. Flex your foot, and you're gonna bring it forward for a count of 2, and then point it back for a count of 2. A little pulse forward, and back, and forward, and back, forward, and back. Yes. I feel like this is exactly what my hips have needed. I had a long car trip, and I think sitting on your rear, we need to reactivate those glutes after all that sitting. Let's do one more front and back and sweep it all the way to the front. Relax that foot. I want it to be like a dead fish at the end of the line, and tap that toe down and lift and lift. Keep that top hip pulled back and lift. Double check your waist. Make sure you haven't gotten soggy on me, soggy or saggy. And nobody wants to be saggy. Let's not do that. And lift and lift and lift and lift. 3, 2, last one. Point your toe. Sweep it right back behind you. Angle your top hip ever so slightly forward. I'm looking just past the corner of my mat here, and lift and lift and lift and lift. Lift, lift, lift. Whoo, same thing. Gotta love these little burning points. This is the feel of you getting stronger. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? I can. Let's do 4, 3, 2, Last one, and just those little circles. This is like the cherry on top right here. Switch directions and back. Nice, good, big circles reaching back. 3 and 2 and 1, and stack those knees up. Yeah. Goodness gracious, knees are stacked. Put those hands right on the mat. Pick your hips up and push right over the top. And from here, just making your way right onto your rear. Let me sit facing this way. I'm going to pull my right foot right in close to my left butt cheeks. My left foot is crossing over that leg. So you wind yourself up there. And from here, bring your right hand in front of that left knee. Left hand is going to come up to the ceiling so you're tall, and then bring it right down behind you. And I want you to inhale as you grow up tall, and exhale, twist. And inhale, and exhale, twisting all the way behind you. One more time, inhale, and exhale, release that twist, unwind those legs, pull your left foot close to your right part of your rear, right leg crosses over, left arm comes in front of that knee, right hand reaches up to the sky, place it right next to you, right behind you, and inhale as you sit up tall, and exhale, rotates around. And inhale, and exhale. One more good inhale. On the exhale, slowly let yourself unwind and out of there. Thank you very much for coming. You've just finished day 5. We're looking forward to day 6.